because we have no external adapter connected to it, but it must have created some internal virtual interface. So let's try to do the iwconfig, and there it is. It has the Ethernet 0 and the loopback interface. So we have to connect external wireless card to be able to hack the Wi-Fi networks. Okay. So what we will gonna do is, I have the TP-Link USB Wi-Fi adapter. So I will connect that Wi-Fi adapter into my laptop. Now the external USB Wi-Fi adapter has been connected. Now what I will do is, I'll try to do the iwconfig again. Okay guys, so now we have connected the external USB Wi-Fi adapter, which is the WLAN0. Now let's try to enable the monitor mode. So before we further proceed on to the monitor mode, I wanted to talk about the monitor mode. Actually, there are two types of mode present into a wireless card. First one is the managed mode, which is opted by the wireless card by default. And second one is the monitor mode. Okay, onto the managed mode, we can connect to anyone's Wi-Fi with the credentials, but onto the monitor mode, we can inject the packet to some router. We can do more things which we cannot do onto the managed mode. Okay, so that's the reason why we put our wireless card onto the monitor mode, to hack the Wi-Fi and all these things. So here I'm using the
TP-Link USB Wi-Fi adapter, and its model is EL-WN722N. So this USB Wi-Fi adapter supports the monitor mode, and it doesn't require any kind of driver to be installed in the Kali Linux operating system.
So now what I'm going to do is, I'll try to enable the monitor mode. So for enabling the monitor mode, all you need to do is to just type in here airmon ng start WLAN0, hit enter, and when you will gonna do this, then let's do the iwconfig, and there it is, WLAN0 mon. So the monitor mode has been enabled on the WLAN0, and the WLAN0 interface is no more available, and it has been replaced via WLAN0 mon. So now what you need to do is, let's check if our WLAN0 mon is working or not. So let's scan all the networks around us via command called aerodumpng. Aerodumpng. Now we need to specify the interface, and interface should be off the monitor mode. So I'm going to type in here WLAN0 mon, hit enter. Now when I will do this, then I will be able to see all the available Wi-Fi around me. Okay guys, so these are the available Wi-Fi around me, and here we have the VSSID. It means the MAC addresses of every single router which are in the range of our USB Wi-Fi adapter, and there are 4 routers found here. The data, it means the packets traveling between the routers and the stations. Okay, so this router is quite active. It means it is continuously sending the packets. People are using this particular router very frequently. Okay, but all these 3 routers are in the passive state. It means either there is no client connected to all of these routers, or it may happen that the client are connected to the Wi-Fi router, but they are not using the Wi-Fi router right now. Okay, so this is the Ninja router, which is quite active, and these are the stations which are connected to the corresponding routers. So here it is, E006. This is the MAC address which is connected to this particular router, that is 908D, and 908D is the Ninja router. Okay, and 8C77165D, this is connected to the 2C:30, and 2C:30 is the movie router. Okay, so if you wanted to capture the information of particular router, then how you will gonna do this? For capturing the information of particular router, what you need to do is, you need to simply type in here aerodumpng, and then B stand for the BSSID, and BSSID is, suppose I wanted to see the connected client of the Ninja router, then what I will do is, I will simply copy this MAC address, which is the MAC address of the Ninja router. Okay, and let's put the channel name is 1, and the interface name is WLAN0 mon, and hit enter. So it is saying invalid band. Maybe we have to put the BSSID here, dash BSSID, and here we need to put the channel, I guess. And you can see guys, this Ninja router have the 2 clients connected to it. First one is the E0 06. Now it has the 3 client connected to it. Now they can see data is increasing at very high rate. It means this router is quite active. The traffic on this router is very high. So what we can do here is we can do the sniffing of these stations which are connected to the BSSID. So for doing the sniffing, what you need to do is you need to simply press the Ctrl C to stop this process. Now what I will do is I will simply type in here write, because I wanted to write all the packets which are flowing from this router to somewhere else. I wanted to write it into the test file and hit enter. Now what will gonna happen, it will write all the data packets which are coming from this Wi-Fi router into a file called test. Let's give it some time. Now let's press the Ctrl C, do the ls here, and they can see, guys, we have put the file name as test, but it has already created the 4 file here, test01.cap, test01.csv, and all these files. Now what I am going to do is I am going to look for these packets in the detail. So for that I am going to make the use of Wireshark. So I am going to open the Wireshark by typing the Wireshark command in the terminal. Hit enter. Now it is taking a bit of time. And there we go. Now it is loading the modules. Now it is giving us warning. So let's click on OK. Now what I'm going to do is I will give it a file and click on this icon, that is open a captured file. And we have captured the file called test. And to this Wireshark, we are going to give this file, that is test-01.cap. Open this file. So when I will click on open, you can see the details of the packets captured from this router. You can see this is the D-Link router, and the device which was connected to the D-Link router was this Honchai's Precision, and this is the network interface name actually. And let's see the other packets, and there is Ruku's wireless here. It may be Ruku's Wi-Fi, and we have other packets information as well. Let's scroll down to the bottom. Most packets are exchanged between the Honchai Precision and the D-Link router. So maybe this is the client which is consuming much data. Okay guys, so this is how we capture the packets which are flowing from the router. So we can capture them and can see the generalized information via Wireshark. I'll tell you one more thing. I will talk about the deauthentication attack. Okay, so let's try to run the air dump again. Air dump ng-0mon. Now it will scan all the Wi-Fi networks around us. Press the Ctrl C. Now I wanted to attack on this router, that is PNP guy. Okay, so let me copy the MAC address first. Okay, now what I will do is I will see the complete information about this device. So for that I am going to make the use of aerodump ng. BSSID is this, and the channel is 11. Now I won't write these packets into the file. What I will do is I will simply type in here WN0mon as the monitor mode interface, hit enter. Now it will scan all the Wi-Fi client connected to this router. Now there are 2 stations connected to this particular Wi-Fi router. First one is the 7802F88E, and second one is the 02233E. Okay guys, so this is my Windows machine, that is 02:23:3E:B0:17:0A, and I can verify this by typing the ipconfig all, and let me show you. This is my wireless LAN adapter and its MAC address is 0223, same as right here. You can notice same MAC address over here, This is my Windows machine and I am connected to the PNP guy. Now what I will do is I'll try to disconnect the Windows machine from this router, and the router name is PNP guy, and you can see guys, I am connected to the PNP guy right now, and you can see I am able to browse as well. Let me type in here google.com, and you can see here I am able to browse as well. So now what I will do is I will simply press the Control C, and then I will type in a command called replay-ng, and our access point is, which means our Wi-Fi router is this. Copy the MAC address of the Wi-Fi router, and our station is this, which we wanted to disconnect. C stand for the client here. Now I wanted to send the deauthentication packet to this Wi-Fi router for this client. So let's type in here DEAUTH, deauth, and amount of packets. So I wanted to send 20,000 packets. And let's type in the monitor mode interface as well. So when I will hit enter, then what it will gonna do is it will send the 20,000 deauthentication packets to this particular router, and it will tell the PNP guy router that you need to disconnect this particular MAC address, which means our Windows machine. Okay, so let's hit enter. Now what I will do is I'll try to browse on my Windows machine. Let's type in here youtube.com and see if we are able to browse over here or not. And you can see guys, PNP guy has been disconnected and it has been automatically connected to the movie router. Let's try to connect to the PNP guy again, and it has been connected again. Now let's see if it will gonna disconnect our PNP guy again or not. And you can see guys, PNP guy was disconnected for a while. Let's see if it can disconnect the PNP guy again. You can see guys, PNP guy was disconnected again. So this is how we can run the deauthentication attack against any client connected to any Wi-Fi router. So I am not saying you need to be connected to any particular Wi-Fi router. We are not connected to any particular Wi-Fi router right now, and we are able to disconnect without knowing them. Okay guys, so this is the beauty of Kali Linux, and this is the beauty of penetration testing tools of Kali Linux. Now let's try to stop this attack, and let's see if I am able to connect back to the PNP guy or not. Let's try to click on the PNP, and you can see guys, now I am connected to the PNP guy and I will be able to browse as well. And you can see guys, I am able to browse as well. So this is how we can run the deauthentication attack against any client of any router. Now what I will do is I'll tell you one more thing, and that thing is how to change the MAC address of any interface. So let's see the available interface list, and we can check this via command called iwconfig. So we have right now ETH0. Let me connect my external USB Wi-Fi adapter. Now it has been connected to my laptop, and let's try to detect it. Right from here, removable devices, network adapter is there. Now let's try to do the iwconfig again. And you can see guys, WN0 is now available. Now what I will do is I'll tell you how to change the MAC address of any available interface. So it's always a good thing to change the MAC address when we are going to hack the Wi-Fi, because if you will do attack on any particular Wi-Fi with your real MAC address, then you could be traced by that victim, because you could be checked via the router logs. So your MAC address would be there and you will be detectable. Okay, so you need to evade yourself, you need to hide yourself. So for hiding yourself, it's always a good idea to change your MAC address of your wireless interface. Okay, so how to change the MAC address of wireless interface? Right now let me show you my real MAC address, that is ifconfig WN0. Hit enter. When you will hit enter, then you can see guys, this is the real MAC address of my USB Wi-Fi adapter. Now I am going to change this MAC address. Let me open up new terminal, and for changing the MAC address, all you need to do is to type in a command called MAC changer, and this tool is pre-installed into the Kali Linux 2016.2. Let me see the help. Now this is the usage: MAC changer, option, and then device. And device is either the WN0 or the ETH0 and all these things. Now option is, these are the options available. A stand for the another, E stand for the ending, P stand for the permanent, R stand for the random. I want to assign a random MAC address to my wireless interface. So for that, I am going to type in here MAC changer. Option is -R for the random, and device is WN0. Okay guys, so now it is saying could not change the MAC address, interface up or insufficient permission. Okay, so let me down this interface first. ifconfig WN0 down, and now the WN0 interface is down. Now let's try to change the MAC address again with this command. Hit enter, and you can see guys, our MAC address has been changed, and the permanent MAC address was this, and I have changed this to the new MAC address, and the new MAC address is 1E colon 22 colon D4 colon EE colon 9E colon BD. So let me set my WLAN0 to up because I have just set it to down. So I'll simply copy this command and I'll do it up, and here I am going to check the new MAC address of my WLAN0, and this one was the original MAC address. So let's try to hit enter, and you can see guys, this is the new MAC address. And remember, changing the MAC address is always a temporary thing. You cannot change the hardware address, and the MAC address is the hardware address. So whenever you will reboot your Kali Linux operating system, it will automatically set to original MAC address. That's the disadvantage and the right thing in terms of the technology as well. Okay guys, so now we know the basics of the pen testing of the wireless routers. Now what I am going to do is I am going to hack the basic WEP Wi-Fi routers, which you cannot find easily nowadays because they're very vulnerable and anyone could hack them. So first of all, I have told you that your wireless card have the two modes. First is the monitor mode and second one is the managed mode. By default, it is on to the managed mode. So first of all, for hacking the WEP Wi-Fi routers, you need to put your wireless card onto the monitor mode. So let's see the available Wi-Fi interfaces. And the available Wi-Fi interface is WN0. By default, it is on to the managed mode, and you can see here as well. Now I am going to make the use of command called airmon-ng start WLAN0. This command will gonna enable the monitor mode on the WLAN0. Hit enter, and let's do the iw-config again, and you can see guys, WLAN0 mon has been activated. Now it is on to the monitor mode. This command I am going to use for scanning the available Wi-Fi routers around me. airmon-ng WLAN0 mon, which is the wireless interface. Now it will gonna scan all the Wi-Fi networks available around us, and we are having a WEP router, and this is the test AP. This is my own Wi-Fi router. Just for the sake of demonstration, I am going to hack this particular router, and you are going to witness all the steps that how I am going to hack that particular router. So let's press the Ctrl+C, and let's see the complete information about this AP. So this is the MAC address of this particular AP, or we can say the BSSID. So for seeing the complete information about this particular AP, simply type in here airmon-ng BSSID is this, and the channel is 11. Now we are going to write all the data into a file called start. So I am going to write all the data into a file called start, and now I have to specify the interface, and our interface is going to be the WLAN0 mon. Now what this command will gonna do is it will gonna capture all the packets which are flowing towards this router or which are coming from this router into a file called start. Now hit enter. Okay guys, so they can see the data packets are increasing. You can notice over here a client is connected as well, and this client must be consuming all the data packets, and we will wait for all these data packets, and if these data packets will go above 10,000 IVs, then we will try to run the hackng to crack the password. Okay, so now it has gone above the 10,000, so let's try to run the attack on it. Let's use a command called hackng, and the file which it has created is start. So let's do the ls here, and you can see guys, this is the captured file. So let's copy the name of the file. Let's see the help of the hackng. So for the WEP, you can notice here path to the word list or the file name. Let's give the file name over here, hackng, and the file name is, file is present onto the root directory, and the file name is start01.cap. Let's hit enter and see if it is able to crack the password of WEP router or not. And you can see guys, it has started making the permutation combination. And you can see guys, it has been failed and it is waiting for the 20,000 IVs. And when it will finish the 20,000 IVs, then it will start cracking the password again. And now it has captured 19,900 IVs. And there it is, 20,000 IVs, and it has tried again. And you can see guys, it has not get the password again. And now it is waiting for the 25,000 IVs. It happens when the password is quite complex. If victim has used the simple password, then that password could be cracked into the 20,000 IVs. In fact, under the 10,000 IVs as well. But here the victim is using the hard password or the complex password, and that's why it is taking the lots of IVs to crack that password. Okay guys, 25,000 IVs, it is trying again to crack the password, and you can see guys, we have got the password here, that is BA0F551F9C with these colons. So what I need to do is, first of all, I am going to store this password somewhere, because I am going to use this password for connecting my Windows machine to the router. Okay, so let's try to use this password and see if this password is right or wrong. Click on this network manager. So let's press the Ctrl C because we don't want to capture any more IVs. Let's try to connect to the test AP. So let's try to enter that password, that is PA, and we have to remove the colon in between this password. So after that we have the 0F551F9C, and it is case sensitive. Okay, so let's see the password, and there it is, PA0F551F9C. Now click on next, and now it is trying to connect, and they can see guys, test AP has been connected. It means the password is right. So let's try to go to the youtube.com, and you can see guys, router is working. We have successfully hacked the WEP router. So this was the scenario where one client was connected and that client was consuming the IVs, and that's why the data packets were increasing. But what will happen if there is no client connected to the WEP Wi-Fi router?